My good friend here with me.
Hi, I'm Derick, and I'm happy to see you all again this week.
Yeah, it's great to see you. And I'm
Oh, yeah.
Cece Shatz, the Doyenne of Relationship Building. And Kathy Lamb couldn't be here tonight with us. So we're going to be by ourselves. Can you handle that,
Yes.
Derick? Can you
Hey,
handle me
well, we'll
all
have
by
to.
yourself?
We miss Kathy, but, you
We are
know,
Miss Kathy. Because
yeah.
she's our. Now, let's check this out, guys. I had this on the other show, but I think the batteries are starting to go down. But check this out. You can see the light on the thing.
Yes, your lights are
My
blinking.
lights are starting to go out, but so I'll save it. But it is that time of year, that holiday time, and I try to get into the spirit. See my earrings? Did you notice them?
I notice your earrings.
Oh my
You
gosh, I
look
got
like a little gingerbread man or something there.
yeah, man and lady, and they're
Yeah.
like tops of their heads are bit off. It's like kind of cool. So I'm geared towards the holiday. So that's our subject tonight. 7 relationship problems that always surface around the holidays. Do you
Yeah.
usually have problems, Derick, that happen around the holidays?
Not really, no.
See, you're just that
Yeah.
perfect guy. You're
I'm
just
not
that perfect
perfect, but I
guy
mean,
with perfect
listen,
families,
I
perfect
have a lot of
everything.
faults. I have a lot of faults, a lot of idiosyncrasies like anybody else, but there's some things I just don't, you know,
You
I
don't
don't
have
bother with.
anything. Like,
Yeah.
go, okay, so let's talk about some of the things and see if you have any of these that you've experienced around the holidays. So, not being honest about holiday spending. So, are you not honest about your holiday spending? So, if you
I-
had a partner, significant partner, do you?
yeah, if I had a significant partner, usually we'll be spending together.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy holiday shopping, buying gifts, whatever. And I'm not a very good gift buyer. So trust me, if I have a partner, she'll
Yeah.
be there with me, helping me buy gifts, and I'll be helping her. Probably
So, do you?
many will be her decisions anyway.
Oh, okay. But do you
Yeah.
normally have a budget that you kind of stick to around the holidays?
Yeah, I mean, you make a little budget, and you try to stick with it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you go over.
Do you spend more, you think more on one person than on another person?
I would say yes.
Hmm.
I would say yes. I mean, there's some people you spend on more than you
Who do you
spending.
spend who do you spend the most on for at Christmas?
I would say probably my brother.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hmm.
he's very near and dear to me, and
Hmm.
and of course my mom. If she's spending on mom, we both will spend on our mom.
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm.
and so there's some people who are closer to you than others, and you tend to spend more on them. And of course, if you have a significant other, I mean,
Yeah.
you spend.
I don't I don't always look at the price. I mean, of course there's only so much money I can spend, but I try to find something that is meaningful,
Oh yeah,
to me or whatever. Like this hat, I don't know if my grandkids got the thing or not, but I got them each one of these hats for the week. Fun. You know what I
that.
mean? And then,
Yeah,
okay, I hope my son's not listening, but I got him a hat that's Bluetooth. So I
I
figured
see.
him and his wife both are Bluetooth and they like to go running and going outside and stuff. I thought, well, that's perfect. They can hook it up to their phone and they can play
Right.
music in their hat when they're jogging and stuff. So I got them. So, I mean, it's like I try to get gifts that I think are thoughtful.
Oh yeah.
Not to me, it's not the money of it. It's more of the thoughtfulness, So
Yeah,
I
and you
try
try
to
to get, yeah,
yeah.
absolutely, because you want the person you're getting the gift for to
Mhm.
enjoy the gift.
Yes.
That's the reason for getting the gift in the first place,
Right.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
And there's a lot of people that are giving now online,
right.
so what do you think about that? Like giving a
Well, I
gift
mean, it's
online?
look in this era, COVID. You know, yeah, some
Mhm.
some people, if you want to give them a gift and they're not close by or whatever, you give online.
Yeah.
You might buy something online and have it sent to them, or however you want to do that.
Hmm.
So I think that is cool, and I think that some of the things that we have gotten into now in this time of the COVID-19 virus is going to stay with us.
Hmm.
You know, because we have found ways to make life easier and simpler in some instances.
Right. I think gift giving is important, because it's sharing, right?
Oh yeah.
And it's sharing. I know that sometimes it's expensive, and some people don't have the money, and you shouldn't you shouldn't spend money if you
Look,
don't have it. You can make a present or whatever. You
look,
can do different things.
there are
But
many times I could not afford to give gifts,
hmm
and I just didn't.
hmm
I will call and give a nice warm greeting, a good hug, and
hmm
that's my gift.
yeah,
But there are other times when I could buy gifts and I bought gifts.
hmm
So it's you just have to adjust
hmm
to suit your own particular circumstance at the time.
And I will tell you, being a grandparent, my son and my daughter-in-law normally give me a picture of the kids,
I see.
my grandkids, and I love that. So that's inexpensive. I mean, you can go on your phone and send pictures,
Oh yeah.
and you could even put it to music and send it to your relatives, and that wouldn't cost you anything.
No, it
So
doesn't cost you a cent.
yeah, so there's different things that you can do. But as far as a budget goes, I mean, I think that, like, if we're together as a partners, right? Okay, let's say you and I were together, I don't think that you should squabble over. You shouldn't
Nah.
overspend what you can't afford. And sometimes we do stretch ourselves a little bit on the holidays.
Yeah, you do.
We do tend to do that, and I think that is okay if it's within reason. But you shouldn't get mad at the other person because they want to give something
Then
to.
you spoil the whole bloody holiday. I mean,
As long as the reason is correct, and it's the reason of giving because of your heart, not because you want to one up somebody on a present,
right.
and that kind of thing. So yeah, so you want to keep it that way. So I think that's you need to be honest about your budget and what you can afford. Figuring out where to celebrate without pissing everyone off. Now, we talked about that one time before. It's like,
Yeah.
if you've got a big family and people to go see, you have to be kind of equal about that,
Yeah, you could be equal about it. I mean,
or she goes to her family, you go to your family, and then you meet back together, or whatever.
you spend a little bit at both of them. I mean, sometimes one year you spend with one family, the next year you can spend with the next family or whatever.
Yeah.
Split up the holidays. You have Thanksgiving, you have Christmas, so they're fairly close together.
Right. Well, and then too, some people celebrate on New Year's Eve. Like my son, they like to have Christmas in the morning with the kids, so they're willing to do something on the Christmas Eve.
On the evening,
they want to be home at Christmas. So so you have to just respect other people and love them for where they're at.
Yeah, in the tradition that I come from, we have Christmas, then you have Boxing Day, which is the day after Christmas. Also,
what is Boxing Day?
Boxing Day, I don't really know the origin of the holiday. Never really checked. But it's a holiday, and it's a public holiday in Trinidad where I come from.
Yeah.
And on Boxing Day, we continue the Christmas celebration. In fact, our celebration starts long before Christmas, in a sense. It kind of starts a couple of days before. We do what is called parangin, where people sing songs of the Assumption, and it's sung in Spanish. The language is sung in the Spanish, and we do what we call go parangin. So we go from house to house. So on Christmas Eve into Boxing Day, we'll probably cover about 20 houses, in the Haiti. So we go to everyone and have a little mini celebration.
Okay,
sing
so and caroling. It's not like caroling that we do caroling. We
do caroling as well, but there's also the paranging, which is actually go into the home. Caroling is a more of an impersonal thing. You stand by the door and you sing, and
that's true.
We go into the home, we sit down, we have something to eat, we play parang music, we sing, we dance, we have a good time, and we move on to the next house. That was the paranging tradition.
Yeah, they had that in there was one place I was at, and we did that in the neighborhood. It was like we just went from house to house to house to house. And it was so much fun. We had a
lot of fun.
Great time. A lot of food. It was
a lot of food, sometimes too much food, sometimes too much alcohol, but
it was a lot of fun.
But it's fun.
So what do you say about traditions? Because, when you're mixing lives together, you have various different kinds of traditions. So
Right.
what would your suggestion be on that?
Well, I like traditions, and I think that if you are together and you're forming a new family, you can develop your own tradition.
Mm-hmm.
Take a bit of this and take a bit of that and make your own tradition.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're a couple of, you have children and so on, or you're planning to have children, develop your own tradition for your family.
Mm-hmm.
And that would live on.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea, great advice. And so often, we have singles that are, coming from a relationship loss and they're trying to rebuild their lives. And that's what I often said is start building your own traditions, what you want to do, and not think so much about what you did in the past, but think about what you want to do in the future,
Mm-hmm.
And one thing my daughter used to do, we don't do it quite so much now because the kids are older, but we used to get together and do cookie decorating. She would bake a lot of cookies, and then we would go over and have a contest on Christmas Eve, and we would decorate cookies and stuff. So that was kind of our
That was your tradition.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you could do. You could decorate your tree at Christmas Eve. There's so many different things that you could do, but you could set up your own traditions and your own things that you enjoy doing, and then don't do the things you don't like doing.
You don't like doing it, just don't do it.
Don't do it. Make up your own rules. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that's definitely a thing to do. What about drinking? Because so often, like, we drink too much during the holidays. So what do you think about that?
You have to know your limitations.
Mm-hmm.
Just as you know your limitations any other time, you know your limitations during the holidays. And if you're a person who would normally overdrink, you are going to overdrink in the holidays. If you don't, and you're disciplined, or your body knows when to tell you to stop drinking, then you're just going to do what you're accustomed doing.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be that, I'm going to drink a lot because it's a holiday. No, it's just drink what you're accustomed drinking.
Mm-hmm. Well, a lot of times people will talk to me about, being embarrassed of the other party because they drank too much at the party, or whatever, that kind of thing. And that's just kind of the norm. But here's the thing. Here's the take on it. Someone else's behavior is not yours unless you want to own it.
Unless you want to own it.
Right. And if you don't want to own it, you don't own it. And so if he or she acted like an ass at the Christmas party, they're the ones that act.
They're the one that does an ass.
And so you don't have to, they'll look at you and say, hey, pat on the back for putting up with it. But here's the thing. It's like sometimes people just do things and they don't realize what they're doing. They kind of step over and then afterwards they regret it. And so the holidays, we tend to let our hair down a little bit. And so, sometimes we just have to forget and forgive,
Yeah, I mean, look, holidays, you want to stand on the table and dance, go right ahead. I mean, I really don't care.
Just
don't step on the cake and don't step on the food, you know what I mean? But dance on the table if you want.
Step on the butter. Woo,
there you go.
Yeah,
that's on you.
I've danced on a few tables myself. So I totally get what you say. But it's just loving your partner or your person.
Oh yeah, you gotta.
And if they're really obnoxious or really out of hand, then you need to stop and think about the relationship a little bit. Is this really what you want? And have a talk and try to
You only have to embarrass me once.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, Yeah, I mean, I know within this it becomes a habit, man. Look, if you can't control yourself, you can't control yourself. I'm not looking to train you or bring you into control. That's on you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
keep the keys on your pocket.
Yeah.
And say, I'll see you in the morning.
And make sure you get home safely.
Yeah, and you want to be careful. No, don't
want to be careful.
Do anything unsafe. Absolutely. So,
but I tell you.
But again, I feel like if don't own someone else.
No, you're you. I believe in the individual.
Right.
Owning their space and enjoying themselves within their own space and so on. Mm-hmm. I don't believe in that one person must be identified by the other person and so on. I just don't go for that.
Yeah. Now, what about, a lot of times we're together with families, and it may not be our family, it could be somebody else's family, but if they tend to be a little bit toxic in a toxic manner, what do you say about that when you've got to be with
Look,
someone and their family and
you
it's coming?
you're going to meet toxic people in all circumstances, all where you go. So what if you have a toxic family member? I mean, if you yourself are toxic, then you're going to react in a toxic way. But if you are not toxic, then you just do a little counterpoint. You make light of it. You recognize that person has a problem because toxicity is a problem, right? And you deal with them in a nice way. You don't make an issue of it. It's not going to serve anybody any good, because what are you going to do? Spoil the party because you have a toxic person around? No. You try to sweeten them up a little bit. That's most you can do.
Well, the thing is if you can't fuel the fire.
No,
you know what I mean?
You have to counterpoint that.
So I mean, if they're toxic and they want to argue about this or that or whatever, and I remember my ex-son-in-law was like that, and every holiday he used that as his sounding board, that we were all there and had to listen to him, and it's like, oh Lord.
And nobody ever told him to shut the hell up and sit down?
Yeah, he would just dominate the whole conversation, and it was difficult. And so the only thing I can say is just eat fast and get to the other room. Go clean up if you have to clean up the dishes.
Yeah, I'm not one to just allow a person to disrupt a good gathering. I mean, I'll tell you straight, man, look, just relax. Let somebody else have a say. Shut up, sit down a little bit, something. I mean, I don't care if you're not pleased with it, but.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to bring you to our parties. Say, okay, hold this conversation. Derek's coming.
Right.
But the thing is like you don't want to fuel it. So the best thing to do is just diffuse it.
Yeah, you have to try and diffuse it, but then some people are not diffusable. Like somebody like that who wants to hug the floor, who just wants to hear their own voice. There is really a party spoiler.
Yeah.
And somebody's either have to call that person aside and talk to them, or some people need to be embarrassed sometimes.
But here's the thing: is that at the end of the day, we all. He left, but he'll come back. But at the end of the day, he with regards to the toxic situation, everyone didn't like it, right? No one liked to be there. No one wanted to be with them. No one wanted to really. So the only person that's hurting is him. It's not really you. So basically the best thing to do is don't feed into the being toxic. Just let it roll off, move through it, change the subject, whatever. I don't know what happened to Derick. So, but anyhow, we're going to, here he comes. He's coming back. He's coming back.
Yes, I'm right here.
You off.
No, I did. I was, my hand went near to my screen, and it's a touch screen, and it.
Oh, yeah.
It touched something.
Okay, so let's see what the next thing is. And you know what? I didn't put our commercial up. I don't know if I can share that while we're on the screen. But so I'm going to let you talk, and I'll see if I can bring up our commercial. Our next one is about.
Where did we get to? Clashing holiday traditions. Did we discuss that one? Dealing with toxic in-laws.
Yeah, we kind of talked about it.
Dealing with toxic in-laws. I think we were just talking about that. Having different philosophies about gifts. We have been all over the place, Cece. We haven't really followed the pattern here.
I know. We've kind of done our own thing, haven't we? We've kind of done our own thing.
Yeah.
Kind of went through it. So I'm just going to line up the commercial break. I do apologize. You should have did this earlier.
Right.
We are going to do that here real quick. So let's see.
Yeah, because, but I mean, on if you have different philosophies about gifts, there we are.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's true. If we have different philosophies on
Yeah.
different things, it's
Yes, you discuss it, come to some agreement. Then in that case, you might need to sit down and say, well, look, and make a list and see what we're going to buy for, each person. But I mean, there can always be discussion and agreement on things that you disagree on.
right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, let's go to the commercial break and we'll come back. And then let's talk about, because we've covered mostly everything here. So let's talk about some of our fun holiday times. Maybe you can share with us like some things in Trinidad, what's a little bit different.
Yes.
That would be kind of nice to know.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that when we get back.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
How'd you like that?
That was nice, actually. You put it together?
Yep.
Yeah, very good. Very
I
good.
made a new commercial for our channel because, I started thinking it. I don't think people realize how many different shows that we have. And
Yeah.
we have different shows that are on the radio. I mean, these all go on the radio too, because they go down in audio, but they don't realize that we have other shows that are just radio shows. And then we have shows that are just TV. So yeah. So
that's nice. We have quite a few of them going.
Yeah, we're happy. We are definitely happy. So this show here, you guys are tuning in. It is the Boy and Girl Thing show, and with Derick Bernard, and I am Cece Shatz, and Kathy Lamb isn't with us tonight, so she wonder what she's doing. What do you think she's doing?
Kathy's probably relaxing, sipping some wine.
Probably watching us, drinking some wine.
Drinking some wine.
Those silly people.
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit about, I'm curious about the holiday times when you were growing up and you were over in Trinidad. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, Trinidad is different from here. Trinidad is a very mixed culture. Although here is a mixed culture as well, but people tend to kind of stay in their lanes here, whereas in Trinidad, we tend to celebrate everything, whether it's Diwali, Eid, Christmas, whatever. Once you're part of the society, you take part in the celebrations. So So Trinidad is Christmas tradition, because Trinidad was actually a Spanish colony for 300 years before being a British colony.
Mm-hmm.
We have some Spanish culture that still exists, and we really celebrate our Christmas with something, a type of music and singing called the parang, and it's a songs that are sung in Spanish, right, about the ascension of Christ and the arrival of Christ and so on. So it's Christian based.
Mm-hmm.
Although in modern times you have mixed it with another genre of music called soca, and we now have soca parangs that sing about different stuff. But traditionally, when when Christmas is coming around, parang music starts, and you have all the parties and the parang competitions and so on. And so you go to these different parang parties and so on. We call it the parang fete. You're really going to have a good time, dancing and eating, like the pastels and different foods that we have, and it's also a big thing, and it happens before Christmas, runs straight into Christmas Day. And for Christmas, traditionally in Trinidad, that was a time when people really did their house cleaning. When I say so, their maintenance, they'll repaint, their houses, they'll polish the floors, put up new draperies, and so on, and really have the place. So that was the time when your general maintenance would be done on your house.
So they would do that not at Christmas, but before Christmas.
Before Christmas, so that by Christmas Day,
yeah.
everything looks nice and beautiful and clean and new, and then you will have friends over, and Parang itself, like Christmas Eve, the paranderos, the people who sing parangs, will start visiting their friends' homes, and they'll play different instruments like the cuatro and the maracas and the box basses, and they'll sing the songs in Spanish. And you go from house to house and you announce yourself when you're at the door in song, and then the host will welcome you in. Then you're going to have the black cakes and the ham and all the sweet meats and pilau and different things to eat. And
black
pasta.
What is that?
Well, black cake it's actually very dark in color.
Yeah.
It's made with a lot of fruits.
Oh.
Like
so like
prunes and raisins and so on. But those fruits are soaked in rum.
Okay, it's like our rum. We have a fruit cake, and it's like that.
Right. So it's also called fruit cake, but it's soaked in rum for about a month.
Wow.
Right. And then it's made.
Smelling it, you get high, right?
I'm telling you, it's made into a cake, and then after it is baked, it's also, some people soak it in cherry brandy, for instance. Right. And then after it's cooked, of course, you're going to keep it moist with either rum or cherry brandy or something, but it's kept moist with some liquor. So it's really a nice tasting cake. Not very good for alcoholics, but it's very nice tasting. Yeah. So that's your cake, and then a pastel is something made with corn meal, and I think the inside has some kind of meat. Then there's a pea meat without any meat, but with cornmeal, and it's cooked, wrapped in fig leaves or banana leaves, as you'd call it, and boiled. So you have all kind of really nice food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's like really island type of food.
Yeah, I mean, well, island, if you want to call it that, but but it's Trinidadian food. It's Trinidadian cuisine, which comes from
it's great. I love it. Yeah,
which actually is a mixture of dishes from all over the world, in a sense, from Africa, India, some Spanish, some French, English, etc. Food met in Trinidad like people are mixed. So it's like,
Well, that's like, being from Florida here, we have a lot of Spanish, of course, and then we also have a lot of Cuban
cuisine, yes.
Yeah, so we have a great deal of that. And they have, similar traditions too, where they get together and they sing and they dance.
And
all so of that. So so It's a great thing. I'm originally from Michigan, and
Are you from
so
Michigan?
yeah, so we didn't have anything like that. We stayed in. We had matching pajamas. Like my mother would buy us all brand new pajamas
Oh my.
we would have, and slippers, everything, the whole 9 yards. And so for Christmas Eve, we got to wear our new pajamas. And so a lot of us, my sister and I would always have like matching pajamas because we were close at age and stuff like that. And so, yeah. So
I see.
yeah, because she
That's
wanted to be
cool.
able to take pictures in the morning. She wanted us to look decent.
Right.
She didn't want us to look crazy, like we normally look.
Oh my God. Well, and of course you had gift, the gift unwrapping and so on. You'd have a little Christmas tree and all. We have some kind of tradition resembling temperate countries as well, because when I was a kid, we even used to have snow under the tree because, Santa Claus and all the rest of it. So,
Yeah.
but what made us different was the paranging aspect and so on.
Yeah, I think it's very cool. I think it's very nice. I remember there was one time when I think I told you this story before, is that we used to tell the kids, well, behave or you'll get coal in your stocking, right?
Yes.
And so it won't bring you any presents, he'll bring you coal in your stocking. And so one year I got a watch and it was wrapped and put it underneath the tree, but I didn't get anything in my stocking.
Oh my.
And the kids were like, oh my gosh, mom didn't get anything. They remembered that. So like the next year, and I'd say, remember when mom didn't get anything in her stocking? She was a good girl. And so you better be good. And they were like, oh, the boys, they just fell for that.
So fell for that.
That was so good. Like, she didn't get nothing in her stocking. But yeah, so that was fun. We used to have a lot of good times. I really do. I did enjoy when the kids were little.
When the kids were, yeah. Well, I mean, I really enjoyed Christmas a lot more in Trinidad than I do here. Or I have a lot of family in New York. If I go to New York for Christmas, then I'm it's very nice because cousins get together, the whole family gets together, we eat together. I have two sisters in New York, and we'll be at somebody's home, and the whole family will be together. Having dinner, exchanging presents. That's the only time I really enjoy Christmas here. Down here in Florida, I have some family here. Well, this year is not going to be very nice because we can't even visit each other.
Right. Yeah. So it's going to be difficult.
It's going to be difficult.
Do it on Zoom and stuff. Do a meeting.
A Zoom Christmas. Yeah. Come on.
There's nothing else you can do.
Nothing else you can do.
In Trinidad, did you guys put up lights there?
Yeah, we put up lights
outside.
Oh yeah, we put up lights.
All that stuff.
Oh yeah, we put up a lot of lights. And I find that people these days put up less and less lights. I don't know what's up with that.
Have you seen the pictures of my house?
No, I haven't.
Oh, I've even added more.
You put on some more.
Yeah, I put up some more. So I've got more lights, and so so I'm going to send you for my Christmas present my electric bill.
Well, I hope you're using LED lights.
Yes, I am. They're all new. They're new lights because I didn't have anything because I had been in the condo before and all I had was my tree. But so now I went out and got for my birthday. That's what I bought myself for my birthday. I bought myself lights to put out.
Cool.
So we put lights out. It looks nice. And then I got this really cool thing on I go to Top Hatter. Have you ever heard of it? Top Hatter?
I've heard the name. I have not been there.
It's on your phone, and then you can bid for stuff, right? And so I bid for things that have like no shipping charge or something.
I see.
And then I bid things that are like super cheap, and I think I paid like $5 with no shipping charge. And I bought this. It's like it shines on your house, and it's got like a Christmas. A
Christmas motif.
Yeah.
And does it rotate?
Yeah. And so I have it shining on the corner of my house where there's nothing there. And that goes around. It looks really good. I mean, all my neighbors are like, wow, that looks really nice. And so I have that $5 I paid for it.
$5.
Yeah, so a little plug for Top Hatter. But
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
so I get on there every now and then and buy stuff.
I
But
see.
yeah, so I've really enjoyed doing. I trim the bushes first, and then I put up all the lights and
Put up
everything.
all the lights and stuff. That's nice.
It was fun. Yeah, I had a really good time with it. So our house is pretty decorated, and then I also have a patio in the back that has like an awning. And
Right.
so I strung, and we needed light back there, so I strung some of the white lights around.
Oh, okay.
But just the white lights. I put it all the way around
Yes.
it and everything. It was quite a challenge, but I did it, and that looks really good. I'm going to leave that up. I'm not going to take that
You're
down.
not going to take that one down.
Yeah, so that way I
Yeah.
have some lights in the back.
Yeah, I think that Christmas, is nice. You put up the lights. It's a change. It's a little, a lot of people think that Christmas and so on is corny. I just think it's part of human celebration.
Yeah.
Whether you believe in Christ or not, I think Christmas is a time that we should all enjoy. So it's beautiful. In Trinidad, you have another celebration of lights, which is Diwali, which is a Hindu celebration, but the whole place is lit up for Diwali, and then the place is lit up again for Christmas. So we have two celebrations of lights.
So are they the same kind of color? Like, do you use colored lights or white lights?
I think now people use colored lights, but in the old days, it used to be just a little clay pot with some oil in it and a wick, and it's lighted, and it's called a dia, right? And so they light the dias, and it used to be put. They used to have a lot of bamboo that is split and make different designs with, and bamboos have some ridges in them.
Right.
So when you split the bamboo, those ridges will be like little shells, and you put the dias on the bamboo, and make all kind of really beautiful decorations and designs.
Wow. Creative.
Yeah. So it's fun. I think I have seen pictures of Diwali now where people actually use electric lighting and colored lights, but it used to be just dias, and I still love the dias.
Yeah.
It's a different type of atmosphere.
Yeah, I'll have to Google that and see if I can see some pictures of that. That would be kind of cool. But I took on the palm trees, because of course, we're from Florida. So I took the palm trees, I put red lights up the palm trees.
Yes.
And I put white lights at the top of the palm.
At the top. Wow.
Yeah, so I was pretty creative. And then on the front of the house, I had like a big tree. So what I did is I thought, okay, I can't get up there. So I just got the netting. I threw the netting up.
Threw the netting up.
So the netting's up there, and then I put the lights all around the bottom.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so I'll send you. I'll have to send you a picture.
Yeah, you should. I mean, you certainly did a lot of work.
I've been working a lot. Been doing a lot of stuff, but I don't have a partner in my life, so I just keep myself busy.
You keep it, hey.
Definitely do that,
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So where are you spending the holiday? You just staying home?
I'm going to be home. If I'm in Florida, we normally go to Bradenton at a cousin's house, and a few of us will meet there.
Right.
And have a good time. This year, I don't think we are gathering. So I'll be at home, relaxing, probably just going out somewhere and trying to socially distance.
Yeah.
We
went, my daughter and I went to the boat parade.
Oh, okay.
Because I used to always go every year to the boat parade. And so she said, come on, we'll go to the boat parade. And so we went on if we had so much fun, she's got a go-kart, not a go-kart, but a golf cart. And she decorated it.
Okay.
And tinsel, and it really looked nice. And so we're all up, and then two other girls, and we're all wearing our mask and all this kind of stuff. So we all did social distancing. And so then we went to the restaurant, and we were very lucky. We got kind of an outside corner place where nobody was.
Yeah.
See the water, and so then all we had to do is just stand up, and we could see the water.
So she lives near to the boat parade.
Yeah, so we saw the boat parade at John's Pass,
Okay.
And then there's another boat parade, I think, this weekend, which we might go, which will be right by our house. So,
Oh,
yeah, so we might do that.
where do you live now?
She lives in Madeira Beach.
Oh, she's in Madeira Beach. Okay.
Yeah, Madeira
Okay.
Beach. Yeah, and she lives on the canal side water, but
Okay. So there's another boat parade down there.
yeah, so there'll be
I
another
see.
boat parade. So we're thinking about going to that. And then what we did is we drove around in the golf cart and with our lights going and everything and waving at everybody. People were honking and waving, and we had so much fun.
You had some fun. Well, that's good.
Yeah. So and we had our masks on. We're all it was fun. And actually, I don't tell my daughter, but I got this mask now that lights up. I got that on top of
Oh, I see.
and it's got lights on the mask. So
Okay.
when I see her, if I go this weekend, I see her, I'm gonna surprise them.
You put on your lighted mask.
I'm probably gonna get her the mask because she'll use it more than I will. But it's funny. So yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
So it's all about really, redefining your life and redefining your holidays and just living in the moment, right?
Well, yeah, man. Just enjoying it. Take it, as I say, take it as it comes and enjoy the heck out of life. We spend too much time in life worrying about things we shouldn't really even be worrying about and being sad and being, just enjoy it.
Yeah,
We're not coming back.
Recipe for oatmeal peanut butter chocolate chip cookies. I'm gonna try.
You're gonna try it out.
I'm gonna try them out.
Yeah.
Martina McBride made them.
Okay.
So that's her recipe, so I'm gonna try it out.
I see.
So I might do a video on it to see how they try.
Yeah, do a video, put it on YouTube. That's what people do now.
I know. Well, I figured if people can't come to me, I'm going to go to them.
You go to them. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Well, listen, we got to wrap up the show, but it was nice seeing you tonight.
Nice 42 already.
And I'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time. All right.
Okay, bye.
All right, my dear. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.